All right, so today we are doing one of my favorite things. We are putting together a cozy country coffee bar. I try to do this every year, especially around Christmas, and I've been collecting little thrifted pieces for this for quite a while, and I cannot wait to show you how I styled them all together. So here's just what we're looking like before. I wanted to tell y'all that the big picture that we have up there, I keep that up there permanently, like all the time, unless I eventually find something different, because it is actually hiding an electrical panel behind there. So I just need something really big up there to hide that, and that kind of goes with everything. And that is also why it does seem like it's a little bit higher on the wall, because like I said, it's hiding an electrical panel. So we're just going to work with what we have. So grab yourself something warm to drink, settle in, and let's make this space feel extra homey for Christmas. Okay, I'm going to turn that little lamp off for now, because it does kind of mess with the lighting. The first thing that I want to do is move this peg rack, and y'all will understand why here in just a minute. I definitely love like the old wood color of this. I thrifted this quite a while ago, but since we've done our home remodel, I really didn't want to put like any really big screws or anything in here, so I did just put some little nails, and then after Christmas I will probably put this back. But for now I want to move this, and let me show y'all where I'm going to put it, just so that I can still have it on display and see it. So yes, believe it or not, we are going to put it here on the side of the refrigerator, just up high a little bit. I don't like hang mugs or anything on this because it's really old and kind of fragile, but I do have some little pieces, you know, that kind of go with my style that I'm going to hang from there. So these little hooks are just magnet hooks that I get on Amazon, and I absolutely love these things. And my little peg rack has some little, you know, hanging things on the back. So I'm just going to hang these here on the side of the fridge. And that's just how light this thing is. It's not so heavy that it's pulling those weights down. And then I'm just going to add all of these little pieces that I generally have on this rack anyway. I'm just going to hang them up there for display. I think I'll put the small one here maybe in the middle, and just try to kind of scatter them around. They're like old canning things or something. I think I got these either all at one time or a couple separate times, and I really love those. So I'm just going to hang those up there like that, and that's all I'm going to do to that peg rack, just so that I still have that country feel going on over here in this corner that I want. And it's not crooked. I've looked like 3 different times. I think it's the way I'm looking in the lens of the camera that I feel like it looks crooked, but it's not. I promise y'all, it's straight. And then the first thing that I'm gonna do here, let me find it. I sat it over here somewhere. I just thrifted this piece here very recently. And thank y'all, everybody told me, I did not even realize this when I showed this in a haul last week. It is this adorable cat runner that my husband and I just picked up at Goodwill not too long ago. I love it. And everybody was telling me, girl, that is not a runner, that is a curtain. And y'all are absolutely right. Look at all the little loops here for a curtain rod. I didn't even notice that when I purchased it, because we kind of got it going out the door. And even when I was doing the haul, I didn't even notice that. So thank y'all for always noticing the little details that I miss, just because I get so stinking excited. But I just thought that this was such a fun piece, even though it has the flower pot on it. We're just going to pretend that those are poinsettias. And I want to use this over here on my coffee bar just because it makes my heart happy. And that's what I encourage you to do. If there is something that just makes your heart happy decor-wise, just use it. So what I'm trying to do is get this level. I'm standing back and kind of looking on both sides to make sure I've got it pretty, the hangover part on each end pretty level, you know, even with each other. So I think maybe just a little bit more like that. Let me step back and look. I'm just using my eye. Kind of how women do, right? Measure everything just with our eye and stepping back and looking. Okay, so now that I have this kind of centered and in place where I want it, let me show y'all what I'm about to put up here. Well, I'm just going to actually put it up here, let y'all watch me put it up here, because some of y'all are going to be like, what in the world? But y'all know that I have a mind of my own, and I do things a little bit differently than what most average folks would do. Okay, so now I'm out of breath because I just picked this up, and it's heavy, so I'm going to go put it on top of my coffee bar. And it is this little cabinet that I got at an antique store a while back, and I've painted it I don't know, what color did I paint it? I painted it like a blue color, but a couple weeks ago I went through and I painted it with the chalk paint, and I did it in the black. So I really love it, and I distressed it. And because I really have nowhere else to put this right now, I thought, how cute would this look on my coffee bar for Christmas? And just decorated up really cute. I kind of got inspired when I did a little display with all of my decor that I was getting rid of. And then I thought, well, let me try to use that at my coffee bar. It will give me some extra shelves and an extra little cabinet to use for all of the goodies around Christmas. So yeah, my hand's going numb, so I'm going to put this down. Okay, I want to make sure to pick it up and not scoot it, because then I'll kind of mess up my runner that I have down here. So, I mean, it's solid wood, so it is pretty heavy. And I think it just looks so cute up here. And it fits, let me see if y'all can tell. Can y'all? Yeah, y'all can tell. Right underneath this picture, I mean, it barely fits, but it does fit. So I'm excited to have that up there. I'll be displaying it too, like with one door open and one door closed. So I do apologize about all the shadows, but that's just, this corner is just like that. So I have these two wooden chickens that I got at Buc-ee's probably over the summer. And so I'm going to use these over here on the wall. All I did is I've got some Velcro strips on the back of them. And I've already got my Velcro strips up here because I'd already had these hanging up, but I kind of wanted to take everything down so y'all could get a good idea of what it looked like before. And so I'm going to just line those up, and then you just push. You heard that snap. Now I just need to step back and make sure she's even, and she is. And then there's a smaller one. So I'm just going to put this one back. Same thing. I have a little Velcro. So I'm going to line that one up, make sure she's straight and even, and put them right there. And what I'm going to do to dress them up is simply take some of this burgundy ribbon. I got this off Amazon. It is the little frayed edge ribbon, and I love it. I have this hanging all over my house, and I'm just going to put, maybe I should have put this on before I hung it up. Okay, so I got her little ribbon on. I think that is so cute. And then I have another one for the little smaller hen, so I'll get that put on. There's the hens all in place with their little scarves on, is what I'll call them. Okay, and the other two things that are going to go on the wall. One I'm going to put here, and it is this old apron. I did have this as a valance in my living room, but I took it down because I made a new little valance curtain in there. But I still wanted to display this thrifted apron here. This crocheted apron, I think is what this is. It is so cute. So I wanted to just kind of hang that there. And another thing that this does, I know y'all can't tell because I have the coffee pot sitting on the trash can right now, but a lot of times when this lid from the trash can pops up, sometimes it'll pop back and hit the wall. So that apron being there kind of protects my wall because it keeps the lid from the trash can from kind of hitting that. I know that's kind of random, but there you go. Okay, and then this spot right here, let me show y'all what I kind of had envisioned putting there first, but I think I'm going to change it since I've thrifted something else since then. I had like this old stained up ironstone plate, and I really do love how that looks as far as color goes. But let me show y'all the other piece that I think that I want to put here, because I just thrifted a little creamer that matches this almost perfectly. So I think especially for Christmas that this one is going to, you know, just make more sense over here and look better for the Christmas season. And it's this one right here. So it's a green striped restaurant wear platter that matches those pieces I got the other day. Okay, I had to go add like a different little hanger on it because it wasn't wanting to work with just the plate hanger. So let's just pray that that holds it. So I'm going to take this thrifted brass pot and put one of these Hobby Lobby Christmas trees in it with some little battery powered snowflake lights that I did paint with that almondine, I think is how you say it, acrylic paint to kind of tone down the LED light. Let me see what it looks like here on camera, because if it's going to be flashing and stuff, I don't want to have it on for y'all. No, I think this one's okay. My Christmas tree lights they're not on any kind of flash setting, but for some reason or another on camera, they flash the whole time, but these don't, so that's great. So I'm going to put this just over here in the corner, just to add the little Christmas touch. Sorry, now there y'all can see that a little bit better. Okay, and because this corner is very dark, I am going to add this little lamp that I got at Target. I love that it has like the little on-off switch right here. So it makes it easy to turn on and off since everything is kind of plugged in and hidden back here. It's just, like I said, very dark over here. So even though we have the little Christmas lights going, we definitely need a little something, you know, a little extra help over here in the mornings to kind of see what we're doing. When we did our remodel, we really should have added a can light over here, but we did not. You know, you live and learn. So anyway, I'm going to put that up there, and then I'm going to bring y'all in a little bit closer and show you a couple of the other like decor things I'm going to put up here. All right, so up here I am going to bring in some thrifted pieces, and then one I've had for years, and I just did a little spray paint job on him. So I have this little brass thrifted piece here that I just want to put in the bottom, kind of like a base for something that y'all will see here just shortly. And then I got this little Santa that I've had for years, and I spray painted him and kind of gave him a little textured look just so that he would really fit into my decor this year. So I want to put him in there. And then I thrifted an oil lamp, just the topper, one year, because I thought, well, what if one of mine breaks and I need an extra one? Well, none of them have broke. And then we came across this the other day, and I said, well, I think I'm going to use that to put over my little Santa in here. That completes the top of that little shelf, and I love that little Santa under there. It just kind of makes me think, I don't know, like it's a little snow globe or something. So that's just a unique way of just, you know, styling some different thrifted pieces. Like I said, I thrifted that Santa probably 10 years ago or longer. I've had him forever. And this year I just decided to spray paint him to make him fit into my style a little bit better. So don't be afraid to get out some paint if you need to make your old Christmas decor work. So I'm loving what we got going on so far. So let's just kind of keep moving down. So we will work on this little spot right here, and let me explain to you what I got going on there. Okay, so what I'm doing right here in this space, you cannot fit like a regular sized coffee mug here. Let me show y'all. So like here's one of my restaurant wear top coffee mugs, and most of them are kind of around this side. Well, they won't fit in there. So what I decided is I wanted something with a wood tone in here. You know, you got all this black, you got a little bit of distressing, so I wanted something wood toned. And y'all, I remembered that I had this piece out in my stash that I thrifted so long ago, and I took these little Santa mugs that I got at Walmart also years ago. These are the small ones that I got. Well, I never do anything with these other than use them for decor. So every year they just either sit on a shelf or they are styled somewhere. So I just took advantage this year of painting everything, and I gave these a little bit of a paint job and tried to make them just look, you know, really old and vintage. So all I did was just kind of spray painted them, and then I put some antique wax on them. And like I said, I will not use these for anything other than decor. I thought about maybe using one to hold spoons, but I've got something else for that. And then because we don't use a Keurig anymore, we use like a full pot coffee pot. I use these little paper filters, and so I'm going to just place them in there. They got that brown color. They'll, you know, just fit right into everything, and it's stuff that we actually use. And then I'm just going to slide this whole piece in here as if it's just like a drawer. And y'all, it fits so perfectly. And I know that you can barely see those little Santas, but in person, like if you walk up to the coffee bar, you can definitely see that we've got, like, you know, some little old looking vintage Santa mugs in here. I'm trying to bring them forward just a little bit. But yeah, and then let me turn that so that I can grab those a little bit easier, because, you know, that is something that I need to use every day. And I just think it is so cute. Here's a little bit more of an up close look for you. Like I said, it turns out so cute. I love the colors. Makes my heart really, really happy. And then what I want to do now is I took here on the side, I had one of these hooks left over from our bathroom makeover. It has like that very, I don't know, aged brass kind of look. And I want to hang a mug from here that will fit, you know, on this knob. So I think that I'm going to go with this one. And the reason I'm choosing this one is because there's nothing on the bottom, no stamp or anything on the bottom. It is a very heavy restaurant wear. Let me scoot y'all over just a little bit. Restaurant wear mug. And I guess I could hang it like that if I wanted to. And then I could even put like a little Christmas tree or something in there. But I kind of want one up here that I will actually, you know, use. So I think I'm just going to turn it like this. I like how that looks. You kind of got the restaurant wear mug here. You got the plate behind you. So it's really starting to feel, I don't know, just kind of like a little old country cafe in my opinion. So let's keep going. I think we will go to the doors of this little cabinet, or what I call my mini hutch, and then inside the little hutch. So what I'm going to do over here, this door I'm probably going to leave open. I just think that's so cute on these little hutches and stuff. Like when you go in antique stores, how they have little doors open and they got stuff styled like that. So I have these, what do you call these? Hot pads that I got at Target last year. And this is one of the very, very few things that I have out in my decor that actually has a hint of that very red color. But it kind of blends pretty well over here. So I'm just going to hang that one up. And then there's one here that's a little bit smaller. These are the Hearth and Hand. And I really do love these, and I actually do use these, you know, for baking and stuff around the Christmas season. So I have those there. And I think that just really brings in a lot of the, you know, Christmassy colors and touch. I want to scoot them over just a little bit, and things are about to start looking very maximalist, like very crowded to some of y'all. But I love it, and I'm going to just do it how I love it. So bear with me. Maybe you're a maximalist too, and you might get some inspiration here. So what I'm going to grab first is the main attraction of this whole area, and that is coffee. So I have a thrifted Wexford canister that I have my coffee in, and this is where I'm going to store that, just right there in the corner. Next up, I have this thrifted pottery little pitcher right here. It's a really kind of a small one. And then I have some wintry greens is what I will call them, because they have like, I don't know, like a little bit of a frosted look to them. I got those at TJ Maxx like years ago. And I just want to tuck that back in here in the corner on this side, just to kind of give it, you know, a little filler back over there. All right, bring y'all down just a little bit to show you this little thrifted tin. Love that little vintage Christmas tree. Can y'all see like the little bitty candles on it? Oh, it's so cute. I'm just going to put this in here like so, just so we have, I don't know, just a little touch of Christmas. And then I have this little thrifted metal, I honestly don't even know what this is. It's just a little black, very old little tin that I got. And I'm just going to kind of set that there on the corner. Yes, I know I'm covering up the Christmas tree on the bottom, but it's all going to be okay. All right, so now I'm just grabbing a couple of the necessity kind of items that we actually use in our coffee and different things like that. So I got some of this, and I don't have a really cute container to put that in yet. I need to thrift one, but I do have some of the vanilla syrup in this really cute Wexford little piece here. So I'm going to put that over here where you can actually see it if the door is open. Whoops, I dropped I don't know how well this is going to work with that little lid propped up, but I kind of like how it looks. I have this little thrifted brass piece here, and I think I'm going to use that for some of the tea. So I'm just going to set those in there, and I may adjust this and shift things around, but for now I'm just going to kind of tuck that in there. Now, as far as this door I'm going to keep closed, because if I don't, it's going to get in the way, you know, of making the coffee and all the things. So I'm going to get this shut, but then I am going to show y'all what I'm styling on the outside of it. It's so stinking cute. Let me get that when I'm styling on the outside of it. And it is just these old primitive looking candy canes that I got at Goodwill last year. And they have that perfect burgundy color. I just took some little jute string and tied there. And I'm going to just hang them on that little push pin there and just kind of fix them, you know, how I want them to look. Super cute. So I'm going to play a little background music for y'all while I get the coffee pot in place, get my frother in place, and then put a few final touches on some of the decor in this area. And then because I don't want to be like doing our creamer and pouring our coffee and all directly over this every morning and taking a chance on just getting it, you know, filthy and stained. But let me show y'all kind of from up high what we're about to cover up. It's so cute. Look at that cat. But yeah, anyway. So I am going to put this thrifted cutting board right here. For one thing, it gives that wood tone color, just contrasting color here going on. And it kind of helps, you know, bring in that style that I want. And then I'm going to also use these two little glass. I can't remember what we determined these was, but I got these at a yard sale for 25 cents a piece. And I'm just going to use them on this board here as little spoon rest. So you will notice that I do have like just mugs kind of sitting over here for people to grab. I have this restaurant ware mug here, and it has this on the bottom. And this is why I didn't hang this one up earlier, because I don't like that you can see that black on the bottom. But I thrifted this set here just very recently. So I think that I'm going to set them on that board. And I think it just looks, you know, really cozy and inviting over here for the cups to be just around for everybody to see. And what I thought I might do with this one, I thought I might tuck it in here where I had this little black piece. Maybe move this forward and set it up like this so you can see the Christmas tree. I don't know. Well, you can't see the Christmas tree if I put that in there. So I don't know. I do kind of like this turned up where you can see the Christmas tree, but I also like that you can see the little things there on the bottom. So I think I'm just going to take the black piece off because I feel like it is, I don't know, it's covering up the little tree part that I think is so pretty. You could put the salt and pepper shakers in there. I don't know. I'm just going to leave them right there because I just like seeing the little tree. And then there is one other thing that I want to style up here on the top. So let me show y'all that. Okay, so I have this little stack of butter pats slash came in a children's set of dishes, little plates. I don't know. There was lots of debate in one of my videos about these, but either or, I'm going to use them and just stack them up because I think that they are beautiful, whether they are true butter pats or not. I don't care. I'm going to just put them up here as a stack and just stick them right here kind of in front of that lamp. And y'all, I love how this looks with that Santa. This is something you could thrift and do so easy. These little globes that go to oil lamps. I see them all the time for next to nothing out at the thrift stores. You could find you a little base or something to put it on, find you, I don't know, a little Santa, snowman, something. That is just so cute to me. I'm going to see if I like it. Yeah, the little Christmas tree just kind of tops it off. I don't like the bottoms of these little bottle brush trees right here. So I may end up painting those. Probably not this year because I have a bunch of them and that'd be a lot of work. But I kind of like how that looks better there now. So let me show y'all up close and slow motion video of my Christmas 2025 coffee bar. I think it turned out so cute. Okay, I hope that y'all enjoyed decorating with me in this very nostalgic country Christmas corner over here that I call my coffee bar. I really enjoyed curating all of these pieces through thrifting, retail, you name it, DIYing some of these pieces. I just love to collect and curate all of my finds and just kind of put them all together over time to make just a beautiful little spot. So this gives me a very cozy country little place in the morning to come to, and it brings me so much joy. So let me know, have you started decorating for Christmas yet? What is your theme? I'm going for a very, as usual, country Christmas, very nostalgic, but I'm bringing in a lot of burgundy colors this year and very minimal on the red. So I think it's always fun to hear from y'all as well. What was your favorite part of my coffee bar area? Let me know down in the comments section. And in the meantime, y'all, we hope you have a wonderful evening. We love y'all, and I see you really soon with a brand new video.